Tylenol autism lawsuits are currently being filed across the United States. Our legal team is actively handling Tylenol lawsuits in every state, and the number of claims associated with acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, are rising every day. You might be skeptical about the possibility of a link between Tylenol and autism. However, recent medical research provides compelling evidence suggesting that prenatal exposure to Tylenol may lead to a higher incidence of autism and other neurological disorders. In fact, in 2021, a consensus statement was published by a group of over 90 medical experts warning about the risk of higher rates of autism due to the use of Tylenol during pregnancy. There is a Tylenol class action lawsuit consolidated in a federal court in New York. We call it a class action lawsuit, but it's technically an MDL, which means that every Tylenol lawsuit is still its own individual case, but the cases are consolidated together for discovery. This lawsuit covers all acetaminophen-related cases filed in federal court. The end goal for plaintiffs' lawyers is a global settlement that will provide fair settlement compensation to affected children and families. Right now, we are in the discovery phase. The judge in the class action wants to move the cases along quickly and is doing just that. This is one of the fastest moving MDLs of this size in recent history. How many cases have been filed? A little over 100 so far. Why have so few Tylenol lawsuits been filed? Well, the small size of the MDL is due to thousands of potential plaintiffs holding back, observing how the scientific challenges unfold in the MDL before submitting their case. Of course, this requires making sure each plaintiff has time to wait when it comes to the statute of limitations. This strategy provides these plaintiffs a chance to submit their cases in state court if the MDL is dismissed due to the judge rejecting the scientific evidence linking Tylenol to autism. If the MDL judge approves the admissibility of the scientific evidence, we anticipate a surge in cases being filed in the MDL. In any event, by the end of 2023, we should know where we stand within the Tylenol lawsuits. If the judge decides these cases have enough scientific evidence to go to trial, the defendants could seek to negotiate a settlement. The defendants might try their luck and let a few cases go to trial, but given the size of these claims and the severity of the injuries to these children, letting a Tylenol lawsuit go to trial would be a very risky proposition. These are new and untested lawsuits, but the potential for significant compensation is strong. We estimate that a successful case could yield an average jury payout in the millions. Settlements are still a compromise, so victims will not get the best scenario trial value in an out-of-court settlement. Still, if this litigation is as successful as we hope, autism settlement amounts could range from $200,000 to $500,000. This is a larger average settlement payout prediction than you see in most mass tort cases. The reason is because the potential economic damages in these cases will be high. There are various studies showing that autism and ADHD significantly reduce lifetime earnings and medical expenses. This is before we even get to pain and suffering damages. If you or your child's mother extensively consumed an acetaminophen-based product like Tylenol while pregnant and your child was later diagnosed with ADHD or an autism spectrum disorder, you might be eligible to file a product liability lawsuit and seek monetary compensation. The evidentiary link between autism and acetaminophen use during pregnancy is still developing, with more research in progress. But the evidence presented in the consensus statement alone may be sufficient to meet legal requirements and be presented to a jury in a civil trial. If this occurs, individuals involved in Tylenol autism lawsuits could secure substantial monetary compensation for their claims. The best cases will be those where there's extensive use of Tylenol or acetaminophen products in high doses during pregnancy. Lack of family history of autism, absence of complications during pregnancy, or lack of other potential risk factors for autism will further strengthen a claim. If you used Tylenol or generic acetaminophen during pregnancy and your child was later diagnosed with autism, you may be eligible for compensation. Reach out to our team of lawyers today at 800-553-8082 for a free, no-obligation consultation.